Hi everyone, welcome to my platform. My name is Haman and today we are going to take you through the causes of erectile dysfunction. I have 10 causes I'm going to give you. If you have where to write, you can write them, or else you can always come back to our videos and you can check out these causes. The number one cause of erectile dysfunction is nitric oxide, a decrease in nitric oxide. Now, the information on this platform is not biased. It is very researched and it is proved to be working and is true. Therefore, if you have any comment, you can always put it in the comment section and you are most welcome. If you have not subscribed to our platform, you can always subscribe. You follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even on TikTok. So, there is a lot of information about erectile dysfunction, but in this video, I want to give you the real cause of erectile dysfunction, and I'm going to give you 10 of them. So number one on my list is a decrease in nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a compound that is produced in our body, and we can also get it in different foods we eat every day, which are even on market. So this compound does a lot of things in the body, but I'm going to bring out 5 things it does that impacts our manhood. Number one, nitric oxide regulates a hormone which manages our stress in the body. For example, if you've gotten an accident or you have just something disturbing you mentally, there is that hormone which is called cortisol. It is a stress hormone that will help manage your stress. So if you have little, or if you have a decrease in this compound called nitric oxide, your stress levels will increase. And we know very well that when your stress increases, it is highly related to erectile dysfunction. So number two, the importance of nitric oxide. It also helps in the dilation and the contraction of blood vessels. You know very well that for your erection to come up, you have to have increase in the you have to be with an increased blood flow to your blood vessels in your genitalia. So when these blood vessels are not if they are not dilating and contracting, if that process is not occurring very well, it means that you will lose your erection very fast. So if you have decreased nitric oxide in your blood or in your body, this will happen. Your contraction and relaxation of the blood vessels will be affected, and therefore your erection will also be affected in the long run. Also, nitric oxide helps in sleep. If you don't sleep well, it means your stress levels will also increase. I talked about that in one of my videos. Your stress levels will increase if you don't have enough sleep. Therefore, if you don't have enough sleep and you have stress, your erection will also be affected consequently. If you have decreased nitric oxide still, the sensitivity to insulin will also be affected. Remember, insulin is also a hormone. I don't want to call it a compound. It's a hormone in the body or in the blood that helps us to regulate our blood sugars. When our blood sugars increase, it will lead to a disease. If the blood levels increase and they don't go down, it may lead to a disease called diabetes. And you know very well that diabetes is also highly related to erectile dysfunction. Very many people who have diabetes also have erectile dysfunction. Now, this nitric oxide also is responsible in the production of testosterone directly. How? If you have nitric oxide will help in the production of the hormone called the luteinizing hormone from the brain. That hormone comes from the brain. If it is produced from the pituitary gland in the brain. It goes down to your genitalia and it directs them to produce sperms and also directs them to develop. It directs the cells to multiply and develop your genitalia. So when this nitric oxide is decreased in your blood or your body, it will bring to erectile dysfunction in that way, by decreasing the amount of testosterone produced, and therefore it will directly impact your erection. Now that was the number one cause of erectile dysfunction. Take note, not all causes of erectile dysfunction come from a decrease in testosterone. There are some other causes we are going to see in this video. Number 2, the cause of erectile dysfunction: drugs. Some drugs, for example, people who are taking drugs that reduce lipids in our body, people who are taking drugs that reduce fats in our body. Some of these drugs are taken by people who are old age or people who are at a risk of, for example, stroke, people who are at a risk of heart attack, ischemia, and all that. These drugs are called statins, and one of the examples, if some of you have old people at home, I think they have already sent you these drugs. For these drugs at the pharmacy, for example, rosuvastatin, for example, atorvastatin. These drugs decrease cholesterol in the blood, and when cholesterol is decreased, cholesterol helps in the production, in the formation of hormones, and one of the hormones is testosterone. So when these statins reduce the cholesterol, or when these drugs reduce the cholesterol, it will directly also impact on the production of testosterone. Therefore, you have erectile dysfunction. There is a high chance that you have erectile dysfunction if you use these drugs. Another third factor, or another cause of erectile dysfunction, is age. When you grow up, your body ages, your cells start to die out, and one of the cells are those cells in the blood vessels. So when the blood vessels that take blood to your genitalia, if they become damaged, or if they die out, if the cells die out, your blood vessels will occlude and they will end up not dilating well and contracting well. And the effect we have seen is that it directly impacts on your erection, because the more blood that goes to your genitalia, the more stronger your erection can be. The fourth cause of erectile dysfunction is diabetes. We saw that diabetes, as I've explained in insulin resistance in nitric oxide, diabetes has a direct impact on erectile dysfunction. Very many people who have diabetes also have a very high chance of having erectile dysfunction. Another cause is hypertension. People who have hypertension or high blood pressure, they also have a high risk of having erectile dysfunction. This is because these people have other related factors. For example, they can have plaque build up in their blood vessels, and when those plaques build up because of different factors, I will not be able to bring out in this video, but the number one factor is cholesterol. If you have bad cholesterol, because there is good cholesterol and there is bad cholesterol, so if you have too much bad cholesterol in your blood, it will occlude and to make plaques in your blood vessels, and those plaques can impact on the flow of the blood to your genitalia, so it will highly impact your erection in this manner. Another cause of erectile dysfunction, the sixth cause, is smoking. People who smoke, they have a high chance of plaque buildup in the blood vessels. The blood vessels can die out, or the blood vessels can also develop plaques, or they can be occluded, and it will impact on the flow of blood in your body. So it will also directly impact on the flow of blood to your genitalia, and you end up having problems with your erection. Number 7, if you have ever had a spinal injury, for example, if you have ever fallen maybe by your back and your spine has gotten a problem, there is a high chance that you have erectile dysfunction. This is related to the nervous system, because the nerves or the sensations also highly impact on how much or how strong you can erect. So if you have ever had a spinal injury, there is a high chance that you also have an erectile dysfunction. Now, if you have ever had a surgery, that's point number 8. If you have ever had a surgery, especially pelvic surgeries, yeah, there is a high chance that you also have erectile dysfunction. Then if you are overweight, it will also impact on the way you have your erection. And the last point is that if you are depressed, people who are depressed also they have a lot of stress, and if you have a lot of stress, you end up having erectile dysfunction. If this video has been very important to you, you can always like it, share it, and you can also subscribe to our platform for more information about your health. The information in this platform is not biased, and we shall always provide to you. Thank you. We meet in the next video.